aluminum tariffs, the key question, of course, what effect will they have on American manufacturing and the American consumer? Is it going to send prices higher and cut into economic growth? Joining us right now is Lew Weiss. He is All Metals and Forge CEO, as well as the co-host of MFG Talk Radio. Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What's your take on this? Do you think these tariffs affect manufacturing?
Absolutely.
How?
Mostly negative. There's only one industry in the whole country that is enjoying the benefit, and that's the steel industry. Because once the tariffs have gone into place, which they already have started on March 23rd, U.S. steel prices started rising to come up to the level of where the tariff is. So they're happy, and they keep raising their prices. But everyone else, every other industry, aerospace, automotive, fabricated parts, appliances, they're all going to be paying more. And, they're not paying more.
Right.
It's going to be
the consumers. This is an issue that Dagan has brought up time and time again, the fact that you are protecting one industry at the expense of so many others.
Right, and you help the few and hurt the many. And that's one issue. Somebody was tweeting early this morning, can't wait to see Dagan McDowell's hair on fire about this issue. But I go back to the steel tariffs under the Bush administration, where we found that more jobs were destroyed by those tariffs than the total number of people employed in the steel industry. So it's not like I'm pulling this stuff out of where the sun don't shine. That there is some evidence, and the bigger issue for the economy is the retaliation from these very allies that we've gone after, whether it's in farming, for example.
So what have you seen?
Canada and the UK and Mexico are already looking to increase tariffs on us for the same 10 to 25% on steel and aluminum. One fact to be concerned about is that no one's talking about the fact that there already was a tariff on aluminum. It was a 5% tariff. So it's not a 10 and 25, it's 15 and 25.
So, but what do you do? I mean, what do you do with these outsized, gaps? The fact that, when you look at autos in Europe, we're charging them 2.5%, they're charging us 25%. So what do you do?
Didn't say it's a fair deal, but there's a better way than doing this, because the 5 times that they have done this, it always fails.
Lew, you have your pulse on the manufacturing community because of your talk show and everything else. They're very happy. I mean, manufacturing is having a boom, but then you talk about this tariff issue. So where is the community of the manufacturing community on the president in light of what we're seeing right now?
They're not happy. They are not happy. Business was going along well. The last year's picked up, and then started coming near the end of the year. There were concerns about this may happen, and it has started. We keep track of numbers through the Institute of Supply Management, how businesses are doing and how new orders and production and so on. And all that's doing great. Matter of fact, the report came out less than on the first of the month. And all those numbers were great, but it's not reflecting the effect of the tariff yet.
I just want to point out one issue, because Maria raised this. When we talk about the tariff on our auto imports into Europe and the small levy on imports into the U.S., but in the grand scheme of things, there's an inequity there, there's inequality there, but it's not that big of a problem that we're going to create a bigger problem to solve something that's little. 4% of the cars that are sold in the United States come in from Germany every year, but these are critical employers. More cars are made and sold in the United States by foreign auto manufacturers that are made and sold by GM, Ford, and Dodge.
See, I still think this is a negotiation. That's really what I think. I mean, I agree with you on the aluminum and steel issue, but I have to push back when it comes to China, because that's the real big kahuna. I mean, the fact that they're stealing from us all the time, the intellectual property, the forced technology transfer, that's the only thing. And I'm wondering if this is just President Trump being the art of the deal.
But some people are saying that by doing this and engaging the Europeans in this, it's taking the focus off of China.
Yeah.
That's another way to
That's
look at
right.
it.
And the fact that China, and if you want to keep it in the steel and aluminum arena, they only represent 2% of our steel imports into this country. Trump says it's a lie.
Well, because of the overcapacity. It's going through different countries because they're producing a lot.
It comes through Malaysia, and it comes through a company called Seattle Logistics, who does a transshipment approach. But there's not even significant proof because customs really doesn't have a handle on that. So this one lies, that one lies, the other one lies. The bottom line is the numbers are going to start being reflected, I say, within the next 60 days.
Right.
And that there is going to be a negative impact. Inflation has already started. Minor, little upticks in the price index, but it's going to happen. And now, instead of the 230,000 jobs we lost when Mr. Bush did his tariff, they're now talking about 400,000.
Wow. All right. These are some sobering numbers. Lou, thank you very much.
Thank you for
We'll be watching you. Lew Weiss joining us there on the impact of these